few days back, the state of Sikkim witnessed the glacial outburst which resulted in the state of floods and which caused the disruption to a dam also in the state of Sikkim. And this is what has raised red alarms all over the country and has brought the attention back to the Dam Safety Act. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about the Dam Safety Act 2021. What are its provisions, the penalties and rest all. So let us first look at the timeline. First we'll be looking at the news, then what is Dam Safety Act 2021 and what are its different provisions, then what are the offences and penalties, quick facts related to the dams, then why dam safety is needed. In the end, mains practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is government policies and interventions, and also from General Studies paper 3, that is infrastructure. From exam perspective, you should be able to know about the provisions of the Dam Safety Act 2021 from both prelims and mains, especially from the mains perspective. So the news talks about, does India need to relook the Dam Safety Act? Dam Safety Act became act in the year 2021. Now we need to relook it. The questions are being raised that we need to relook into the act, that even after the act was passed, why is it so that the problem of dams, the failure of dams, the neglect with regard to dams, and why is it so that the aging of the dams is such a big problem in our country? So what has happened is that India has almost 6,000 large dams. Now whenever we say large dams, first of all we should know what is a dam. So dam, look at this image. So this is what a dam does. In very simple language, in a layman's term, if you say what is a dam, then a dam is something, a concrete object or a concrete entity which is built on a river to control the flow of water. The water can be reserved on one side and the control of water can be done. So this is what in layman's term the dam does. It is a concrete structure. Now India being a country which has so many rivers, so the construction of dams has been going on since a very long period of time in our country, and in total we have more than 6,000 dams. Not only dams, very particular, we have more than 6,000 large dams. So whenever we say large dams, it means that the height of the dam is more than 15 meters or between 10 to 15 meters. So these are the stats, and more than 6,000 dams is in itself is a very big number, and about 80% of them are more than 25 years old and carry safety risk. There are dams in India which are more than 100 years old, which are more than 200 years old also. So the aging of the dams is also a very big problem in our country, and the Dam Safety Act was passed in the late 2021. And a glacial lake outburst flood in North Sikkim's South Lohnak Lake, which caused floods in the state of Sikkim and was responsible for washing away one of the biggest hydropower projects in India, that is the Teesta 3 dam at Chungthang. Now this brought back the topic of the Dam Safety Act. Now we will be talking about different provisions which are given under the Dam Safety Act. Now Dam Safety Act year is 2021. Now what was the objective, that why the Dam Safety Act was passed, was that it could provide for the surveillance. It means that the eye should be kept on the dams and its working. Inspection, that is, and the maintenance is required or not, is the working of the dam going fine. Then operation, is the working of the dam fine or not, or is there any kind of problem which is going on in operation, or is the dam working fine or not. and maintenance of all specified dams across the country. So this was the objective with which the Dam Safety Act was passed. Surveillance, inspection, operation and maintenance. It means looking after the overall health of the dams. And it would be an institutional mechanism to ensure the safety of such dams, because dams are huge, mega, monster concrete structures, and it requires a very large area. Whenever the construction of dams going on, there's displacement of people also taking place from one place to another place. So it requires a lot of maintenance, and dams, if not gone in the right direction, can cause very heavy damage to the nature and also to the people and also to the infrastructure. Now, institutional mechanism. What was proposed inside the dam was that there would be two national level bodies. So there would be national level bodies and state level bodies. And if we talk about the national level bodies, so there would be two national level bodies, and the names are, first would be the National Committee on Dam Safety, and second would be the National Dam Safety Authority. So first, if we talk about the first body, which is the National Committee on Dam Safety, it was constructed to improvise policies and recommends regulation regarding dam safety standards, to see that how the policies with respect to dams are being made and how is it working, and also suggest and recommend regulations. Then comes the National Dam Safety Authority. Its work was to implement policies of the NCDS and provide technical assistance to State Dam Safety Organization and resolve disputes involving the State Dam Safety Organization. Now, National Committee on Dam Safety will make the policies and will also recommend regulations with regard to the working of the dam. And what will the National Dam Safety Authority will do? It will look that how the implementation of the policies of the National Committee on Dam Safety can be done. It means the first one will work over the policy construction and the second one will work over the implementation of the policies. Now let's talk about the two state level bodies. Like on the national level, state level also two bodies were created, and the first was SDSO, which stands for State Dam Safety Organization. So the State Dam Safety Organization will keep perpetual surveillance, inspect and monitor the dams. So they will look after the overall health of the dams. And then the State Committee on Dam Safety supervises state dam rehabilitation programs, reviews the work of the SDSO and the progress on measure recommended in relation to dam safety, among others. So like on the national level, the state level will also have two bodies. First one will look over the policies construction and the second one will look over the implementation of the policies. So these are the institutional mechanism. Then comes the obligation of dam owners. So what are the things that the dam owners needs to keep in mind while the construction of dam is going on? So it was said that the responsibility for the safe construction of the dam, operation, maintenance and supervision of a dam will be the responsibility of the dam owner. So construction, operation, maintenance and supervision will be looked after by the owner, and they must provide a dam safety unit in each dam. Dam safety unit. So safety unit should also be constructed in each dam, which will inspect the dams before and after monsoon season, because during the monsoon season, this is the season during which majority of the problem arises in the dams, because this is the reason where there is heavy flow of water in the rivers, in the oceans. So this is the time where the majority of the stress gets onto the dam, and this is when the failure of the dam or the chances for the failure of the dam or the dam operation not working in the right direction arises the most. Then during and after every earthquake, flood, calamity, etc. So these are the few of the obligation on the dam owner. Then also functions of dam owners include. So what are the functions which a dam owner need to look into was preparing an emergency action plan, that if something wrong gets, then what are the plans that can be done. Then carrying out risk assessment studies at specified regular interval. Risk assessment studies, that if any kind of problem arises, what can be done, and what are the different areas in which the dam can be maintained. Then preparing a comprehensive dam safety evaluation. Are all the SOPs done or not, or whatever measures needs to be taken for the, or you can say the safety measure that needs to be taken are taken up or not, through a panel of experts. So these are few of the functions of the dam owners. Then comes offenses and penalties. So if what can be done, that if someone is not following the protocols what have been given in the Dam Safety Act. So anyone obstructing a person in the discharge of his or her functions under the act or refusing to comply with the directions may be imprisoned for a year. So if someone is not performing the duties well and someone is not following what has been given in the act, then the imprisonment of 1 year can be given. But in the case if the loss of life takes place, then the imprisonment can be for 2 years also. So in general, if the provisions are not followed, then 1 year penalty, and if the loss of life takes place, then the penalty can be for imprisonment up to 2 years. Now few of the facts about the dams in India. So if we talk about the highest dam in India, then it is the Tehri Dam in Uttarakhand, and the river is Bhagirathi river. Then if we talk about the longest dam of India, then it is the Hirakud Dam in Odisha, built on the Mahanadi river. And then if we talk about the oldest dam of India, then it is the Kalanai Dam in Tamil Nadu, and it is built on the river Kaveri. So highest dam, longest dam, and oldest dam of India. Because many a times this can also be asked, because few years back only it was asked that about the districts, it was asked that in which districts the birds were found, and there were 3-4 districts which were in particular given also. So many a times these kind of facts can also be asked, and now times the prelims paper especially is becoming very dynamic. So why dam safety is needed? What are the reasons that the topic of dam safety always comes up, and this becomes a very heated topic also for discussion? Then it can be aging dams, lower shelf life of dams, structurally vulnerable dams, mitigating climate change effects, and hazardous infrastructure. Now what happens is that because dams are such big, huge, monster concrete structures, that first of all in India there are many large dams, and then maintenance of the large dams becomes a problem for the government also, because majorly it becomes the responsibility of the state government to look after the maintenance and the health of the dams. Now what becomes a problem is that on regular interval, if the maintenance work is not done, and if the inspection and the checking is not done, then what becomes a problem was that over a period of time the problem keeps on building. And now that we have so many large dams also in our country, and the aging of the dams are taking place. So when we talk about a concrete structure, there is always a life period of a concrete structure, that for how long can the structure sustain. And if the structure is not maintained on regular basis, then there can be problem, and problems, if not maintained and if not inspected and if not seen on the right time, then the problems are bound to arise. Now this is what is happening also in our country, because the aging of the dams is also happening. Maintenance work is not done on time, inspections are not done on time, infrastructure is not maintained, and overall health of the dam is not seen. And that is why we see or we hear the news that the dams are getting damaged. the failure of the dams are taking place. In Sikkim, recently we have heard this, and when in the recent past, I would say that when the floods took place in Kerala, there also the point of dam control was also raised. So these are few of the things that needs to be kept in mind, and especially with the problem of the climate change that is coming up nowadays, the dams needs to be maintained and constructed and maintained in a way that it can deal with the climate change problem also. The structure needs to be strong and well built enough that it can withstand the upcoming issues which is rising. Now in the end, a mains practice question, and this is a PYQ of the year 2018. So this question will actually tell you that how the questions are being asked by the UPSC. So suppose the government of India is thinking of constructing a dam in a mountain valley bound by forest and inhabited by ethnic communities. Important word, ethnic communities. What rational policy should it resort to in dealing with unforeseen contingency? Now this is where the provisions of the Dam Safety Act will tell you what to say. In the starting, you need to talk about the dam. You also need to talk about the provisions of the Dam Safety Act. Then you also need to keep in mind few of the important words, that is the mountain valley and the inhabited by the ethnic communities, because they are living there, and whenever the construction of dam takes place, displacement of communities also happens at the same time. So you also need to talk about this, that what can be the problems that can be raised and how the problems can be solved. So, and what rational policy should it resort to in dealing with the unforeseen contingencies? So what are the steps that can be taken to mitigate the problems? And in the end, a conclusion. So try to do your answer writing practice, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.